Hi, my name's Nathaniel. Today I want to talk about Centro Latino de San Francisco. What percentage of SF's homeless population do you think elderly people make up? You might be surprised to hear that elderly people make up more than 50% of the city's homeless population. This statistic points to a troubling issue that homelessness disproportionately impacts those in our elderly community. And because elderly people don't always have the same access to resources or opportunity to escape homelessness that younger generations do, it's clear that this group in particular needs additional community support. We look through a variety of nonprofits and local community resources to find something that would address this and other issues. Not just shelter, but solutions for San Francisco locals with language barriers, lack of healthcare, citizenship issues, and other basic needs for struggling communities, regardless of their insurance or immigration status. That's where Centro Latino de San Francisco comes in. This local nonprofit was founded by the city's Latino community to provide support and services for the elderly and adults with disabilities in our community. But it doesn't stop there. Centro Latino de San Francisco also offers high-level services from help for immigrants seeking legal citizenship all the way down to cultural celebrations and recreational activities as well. Founded in 1986, Centro de Latino SF is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that's been working for decades to provide a wide range of services to our local elderly community. Our group researched the organization and found that it earned a perfect score on Charity Navigator, which is an independent website that scores nonprofits based on their financial responsibility, accountability, and overall program effectiveness. It's an organization that offers a number of services and is making a great impact on the lives of elderly people across SF.
In this area, you could find a lot of, or most of the population is actually undocumented, low income Latino families. So some of the service they provide here at Centro Latino de SF is English classes where they can learn the language. If they don't have a lot of money to do this, they could go here and learn. They could also, for those who are undocumented, they could come here, and Centro Latino has services where they can gain their U.S. citizenship, which is actually very, very good for, taking a step in the right direction. And they help them to start a successful future, pretty much. Now, they also give back to the community in a sense. And by this, I mean, the first people who were to bring, their culture and, their culture to this area, the Mission District, are now seniors. They're the elderly, so Centro Latino kind of just brings them out of their home and, provides them with different activities they could do and keep them active, keep them socially interactive with one another, and keep them, still involved in their community. So yeah, they give back. They also care about the success of their community. So they're an all-around great resource. And my team members will go further into the different type of programs that they offer also. So yeah, if you guys know anybody that can actually benefit from these things, this is a really good resource for them to try out.
Centro Latino de San Francisco focuses on the most vulnerable part of that community, which are the elders and people with disabilities. As we age or have limitations, it becomes much more difficult to maintain yourself. Centro Latino's meal program takes away the hassle of preparing meals while also being able to eat and socialize with others. They also deliver meals to anyone that's not able to be present, which has helped keep many elders safe during the pandemic. They have a menu calendar online so that you can see what will be prepared on certain days. letting you decide if it's something you would like to eat. They also supply other nonprofits with their meals for them to distribute, helping feed the whole community in general. Centro Latino has many programs that support and create a community. There's a wide range of supportive programs like housing assistance and help applying for government benefits. It's very important for the elderly to have access to these benefits since they qualify and are most in need of them. They also need a place to socialize and cooperate with others. So at Centro Latino, they have arts and craft classes that fuel creativity and cooperation. Their exercise programs include yoga and other physical activities like dance. So it's beneficial to move your body and engage in social and active activities like dance in order to fuel mental well-being. Since elders saw the world drastically change in a matter of decades, they struggle to adapt to the modern world. I have experienced this issue with my grandma, who still relies on the physical approach rather than the digital one. At Centro Latino, they provide computer literacy classes to help elders adapt to the digital world. Finally, a very important service that they have is guiding immigrants through the citizenship application. They prepare them for interviews and meeting the standards. All of these programs play an important part of the community's well-being, and I appreciate everyone for their time. Now on to my man Jacob.
Thank you, Alfredo. I appreciate that. Yeah, so community centers can be important to share with your classmates, your family, your coworkers, your friends, or anyone you may really know, because this allows access for vulnerable people, and there are always people in need in every community. So people also volunteer or provide funds to your local community center, just to build a stronger neighborhood, and all this can happen through word of mouth. So it's very important that we share this information with one another. Community centers can really help people break free from poverty by providing additional support, and it really helps people catapult out of a difficult situation that they may be in. They make people feel welcomed at these centers, and they really encourage people to come back. They also provide really healthy foods there, like chicken, meatloaf, fish, fruits, and vegetables. Yeah, all these foods are delicious and nutritious, and it's more than I should probably eat of, but I don't. But Yeah, so these community centers can really serve as a gateway, for the nation's aging group. Having these elderly people connect with one another and just helps them feel independent, and also their health in general. So to review Central Latino DSF, yeah, it provides for the elderly and Spanish-speaking immigrants to access government benefits, and it really helps with the individualized assistance. So, having that one-on-one help can be really useful in terms of accessing benefits from the government. There also is a criteria that needs to be met regarding the age or disabilities that will enable you to access these services. And just understanding how important and beneficial a community center can be is something to take away from this. Now that we are aware of the elderly, and immigrants, now that we're aware that immigrants and elderly need our help, it's always kind to be able to fund your local community if you're able to or in the position to. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate that, and it's just always a good deed to do so. So I always kind of try to have empathy and try to empathize with these people who are in disabilities or older immigrants, is because just imagine if this is one of your family members struggling to eat. However, these people struggling also have a family too, so it's always good just to envision and empathize with them sometimes. um, and just to tie it back, 8,000 of these people that are homeless in San Francisco, 50% of them are of the age of 50 years old and older. So, it's up to us to spread awareness and just fund your local community center, because, it could be us that may need help one day. So thank you guys, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in.